Welcome back, Ministries. This is Chaplain Anthony James coming back to you live and direct, where healing takes place, community involvement, community awareness, and all the things that was going on in our communities now, such as COVID-19. We got the protests going on. We got all this crazy activities. Every day, day by day, just a lot of rhetoric stuff going on. We got the election. We got all this drama. To me, it's all drama. It's all, hype. It's all, so, we just got to stay focused and make sure that we on track for our post and whatever we trying to do on the positive side. So, again, this is Marketplace Ministry, founder. What's going on, my man?
Oh, what's up, chap? What's going on?
What's good? What's good? I'm in another situation tonight, man. I'm on. You know what I mean? What's good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We got to the people though, man. We got to even myself, man. Hey, man. They say, hey, you want to go home? You want to stay for a little bit more long? I said, nah, man. I'm gonna go on head on out, man. I got a message to give to the people, man. You know what I mean? So I went on here and
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. I mean, we here, man. Introduce yourself, man.
Yes, sir. How you doing, Marketplace Ministries, man? This is Keith Henry. I'm the co-founder. Second man in charge when it comes down to guiding souls to God. I take my role seriously. I'm dedicated to it, committed to it, and knowledgeable. You know what I mean? 'Cause I'm a part-time, and I'm also and like I said, I'm co-founder. So we just doing what we do.
Okay. Well, I mean, you know what happened yesterday. It was hot. It was the topic was based on becoming parent partners. You know
Right.
what I mean? And we already know about this breakdown in the family unit. Community awareness, it falls all under that, but the breakdown of the family unit, we was, trying to convey that message yesterday. And I believe we broke some ground yesterday, because it's a long time coming. It's a long time that somebody really expounded on, what's going on in our community and based on in the household. That's like taboo today. Nobody talks about the real breakdown. Everybody skims around the problem. Nobody hits the problem head on. And I think we're hitting the problem head on now. I think God is really opening us up to talk about the truth, so that way people can hear and understand, that this stuff has to be gutted out. I mean, gutted out meaning opened up. And nobody wants to open Pandora's box. Nobody wants to, nobody wants to talk about real stuff. I mean, stuff that's privacy stuff that, people like don't just talk about things like we talk about. And so now, becoming a parent partner, that's a big deal, because it ain't no real parent part. If you might come across a small smidget of two people that separated and got kids together and they partners. You know what I mean? You might run across that, but it's not many. It's not many. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I have 3 children by 3 different women. I ain't near one of their partners. You know what I'm saying? They don't look at me as even a father. And I've been a father to my children ever since they were born. Now, I have a son 28 years old, I have a daughter 20, and I have another daughter 14. And the mothers has yet to still recognize or even give me any props that I'm a decent father to their children. And it's kind of mind blowing, because if you talk to the kids don't see it that way. The kids don't see me being a bad father, me being the type of father that the mothers say. So what's the problem? Is it the women? You feel what I'm saying? It got to be somebody. And if the children ain't seeing, if the children ain't really, my children are up in age where they tell the truth. They're not babies. Yeah, they're not babies where they can't talk. You know what I'm saying? They have their own opinion. And so at the end of the day, I mean, it's just the women a lot of times that get so disgruntled with the men and fall out with the men, and then they stay there and not realizing that as the child continue to grow, man, don't you know that child is going to veer near the father? The child is going to go near the father because the child loves the father, especially if there was a tug of war between the mother and the father. And so that's what we're trying to cover. That's what we're trying to cover, this tug of war situation. So somebody need to cut the rope. You know, when you ever play tug of war, when you pull so hard and then you let the other person go, you know what I'm saying? They fall to the ground. You know what I mean? You know, that needs to happen to the person that's really pulling on this rope and shouldn't be pulling on the rope like that. What you pulling so hard for? You know what I'm saying? You pulling up against some good stuff. I can see if you pulling against bad, but you pulling against good. And so a lot of times it's a turnoff. And the kids, like we said, the kids suffer behind it because they don't really understand. They don't want to get on the mother's or the father's bad side when it comes down to the relationship that the man and the woman is supposed to have. And I submit to you that if people don't grow up, that's what's going to continue to happen. You know what I'm saying? And the system, like we said, go ahead.
You know, my thing is, what just came to me is, how a person was raised. You know what I mean? As far as the kid's mother or the father. You know what I mean? How were you raised? You know what I mean? Were you raised in foolishness? You know what I mean? Was you hurt when you was a little girl or a little boy or, whatever. Because, if you don't have any ill will or no hurt, you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't, because I can only think of my kid's mother, you know what I mean? And I can understand, because her mother, left her, you know what I mean? And she probably feels some kind of way. I don't know. But that was something that she dealt with, you know what I mean? And I try to find a reason for foolishness, you know what I mean? Like, because, like I say, I don't understand, there's nothing I would do intentionally to hurt my children, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care, you know what I mean? I wouldn't have intentionally hurt my children just to prove a point to somebody else. Like, nah, I'm sorry, I can't do that. And and you just have to think deep. What would make a person hurt their own kids to hurt another person? Like, forget. I'm gonna overlook that I'm hurting my children just to hurt you. Like, you have to be, something has to be wrong. Something not be connected. If you gonna say, hey, I'm gonna hurt my own children to hurt you. Like, it's nothing in the world that would make me want to get that kind of revenge to where if I have to go through my children hurt you, I'm gonna do. No, I'm not gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like,
right. And that you hit it right on the head, man. What would really make a person go after a person and hurt somebody to go after that person? Right. You understand? Like, really, we got to come to grips with that because that's not normal. Like, you got that much hate and that much ill will in your life that, that the person hurts you that bad that you're going to hurt your child. Because this is what the thing is. They don't even realize that they hurt their children. They don't even, you can't, because listen, as many women I know, including my baby's mothers, saying that, Don, I ain't hurt my child. Now, yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Because the bottom line is you can't, in the relationship when I left, when it first happened, it hurt me to not be able to see my children when I want to see my children, but I'm made to pay child support. So I went down to the courts, and so now that pissed you off because I got visitation, joint custody. That pissed you. Are you kidding me? You should have been shouting hallelujah. You should have been thank you. Like, wow, I'm gonna be able to. This man is willing to take care of these children. This man is willing to take these kids off my hand and give me some rest when I need it. Why wouldn't you think like that? I think a person that thinks the other way, something's sickly wrong with that person. You're just a mean, ignorant person. I'm just gonna tell you that. You ignorant, meaning you ignoring the fact that it ain't about you.
Right.
It used to be about you when we were together, but it ain't about you no more. No disrespect. But now it's based on the child's welfare and the well-being now. You know what I mean? And as long as that man is, and it's another thing, a lot of these women that deal with stuff like that, they hurt because the man moved on and the man ain't doing bad. You feel what I'm saying? And when they see the man ain't doing bad, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get this thing. Yo, I'm gonna get him. He gonna pay for that. Listen, man, I done had my baby mama real talk, man, put in my child's head that my wife was no good, that my wife was nothing. My wife was, they ain't even met my wife. Ain't even met. I done moved on. Hold up. They done moved on, got another person in their life around my child. You feel me? And here I am. I'm saying, okay, ain't nothing I can do if this is just how I am. There's nothing I can do if you move on. We done. But we still have a child together. Your life goes on. So my prayer is I hope that you get a decent person around my child. And you should want a decent person around your child. Let's talk about that. They be getting some low down bum, whoever else around people's kids, and come on. But then I move on. I get into another relationship, which my wife loves my children. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have those children biologically, but she loves them because she loves me.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Just I love her child that didn't come from me, but is part of her, because I'm mature. It has nothing to do with the father. Whether the father's doing for the child or not, I'm still going to be responsible. You understand? And so some women just, I don't know, man. And then I'm going to tell you, it's a turn up. Now, I'm not saying all men do good. I'm not saying that at all. But let's stop the foolishness, man. You got a lot of men I know personally that's going through the same things that we're talking about. They're trying to do the right thing. And the system, you put the system on them for nothing. Didn't
And
even
see,
get a chance. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
and the thing too, man, men don't deal with emotional issues like women. Like, like men or, when a man go through emotional, it can crack them open. Like, a woman she can get cracked open and get right back on to life. Like, she can snap right back. You know what I mean? But a man, once he get cracked open emotionally, man, it's hard because we not taught to deal with our emotions like that. You know what I mean? We not taught that it's okay to cry or it's okay, whatever. No, we have to battle with ourselves to do certain things. You know what I mean? And then once we get to a certain place, now we feel like we out of position because we done cried, so we have to rebuild ourselves back up. You know what I mean? Like in most cases, if it affects you hard enough, you know what I mean? Like that's what led to part of my depression. I went through so much that I couldn't bounce back from. You know what I mean? Like my grandmother passed. My best friend, he had got 15 years in prison. You know what I mean? It was just so much stuff going on all at one time, and I'll even important people that I can call on, and if something's going on, I can call, and but it was just a lot going on. And long story short, we just don't deal with our emotions like that. That's why we keep a short circle because we don't want to have to go through the hurt. You know what I mean? We don't want to have to go through the letdowns, or because it's gonna be hard for us to get back. Like it's gonna be hard for us to build that trust back up. Like because we are protectors, and if we let anybody in, it's hard to protect because now you don't know what's what because you don't let all this stuff in. So once we let somebody in, we let them in, with trust and hey, and we trust you, we love you. Don't hurt us. And then once we let you in and you get upset or whatever, you do exactly that on purpose. You know what I mean? You hurting us on purpose. Like, say for instance, man cheat on you, he not trying to hurt you. He don't feel like he's gonna get caught. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm just
Right.
trying to have some fun. You catch him. Now all of a sudden y'all split up, and now you want to make the man life HE hockey stick. You know what I'm saying? Because you doing this on purpose, and he did that just trying to get some kind of relief. You know what I mean? And he didn't try to. Man, matter of fact, he tried to do everything in his power so you wouldn't get hurt. I'm not bringing these women around you or whatever, whatever, whatever. I'm trying to respect you, and you know what I mean. Even though I know I'm doing wrong, I'm not putting it in your face or whatever, whatever, whatever. But women, on the other hand, they do it intentionally, and it hurt the man because now not only are you hurting me, but you putting my child up to hurt me too. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
because the child don't really know what's going on. They just listen to mama.
Right.
I'm gonna say don't
Right.
answer the phone, but mama say, you know, they don't know. They just doing what mama say do. You know what I mean? And they doing this stuff intentionally.
Listen, let me tell you this, man. Nowadays, bro, kids know what's going on now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they mothers talk to them. Oh, listen, I listen. Some of these kids know their mother's menstrual cycle, man. And that's terrible, man. When I say that, I say for real, for real. I say that from the bottom of my heart. I know that for sure. They talk to these kids like they husbands, the boys. You feel me? Come on, man. These are kids you're talking about. You know, the man, you know, in the system, man, is so corrupt and out of control where it's job security for the system. They know, man, they know this, man, I'm getting a pension. Man, this child support ain't going nowhere. Child protective services. It's all kind of mess that go on with what we talking about. It's so deep and nasty to where God is saying, Marketplace Ministry, I've chosen y'all to gut this thing out, to open up some dialogue and have some conversation about parent partnership. Because if you do not come to the realization of becoming parent partners, you think you ain't seen nothing yet. And the kids gonna flip all the way out. They flipping out now. They don't want, listen, the ones that's really in this situation of all this killing and all this stuff out there, that's be the ones that ain't got their fathers in their life, man. They ain't got their fathers. Now, of the fathers, I'm not gonna big you up all the way neither, because you play a major part in that separation too. You know what I'm saying? I can't just say nothing about the women. I ain't got to go at the men too. Help them out. Help them understand that, listen, this is not a game, man. This is serious, and your kid's neck is on the line, because these kids are either going to go to prison for life or they're going to die in them streets. You understand? Because there's a disconnect between the mother and the father. And they figure, well, they don't care about one another anyway, so I don't care neither. That's the mentality of the kids. The kids get to the point where, you know what, I ain't seen my daddy in 10 years. And that's cool. But it ain't cool because that kid is acting out. The kid is bad in school. You show me a separated family where most kids are doing good. Not many. Not many. They act out, man. They're acting out in school because they crying out. And nobody's really asking them the real question. Do you miss your father? Do you miss your daddy? Nobody's saying nothing about the father. You know, I done heard women talk about, I'm the mother and the father. Man, shut up.
Right.
You understand? You a woman. That's all you will ever be. All you will ever be is a woman, and you ain't that strong. Real talk. You stronger as God made you. You understand? But you need help with that child. You feel me? You need help. And we got men that want to help because they are obligated to help. But if you don't let us help, you fighting us on every end. You understand? You send the dogs after us, and then you want your child to be successful. What? Come on now. You know, the only way you had that child was without that man. With that man, without that man, you wouldn't have had that child. So at the end of the day, what's the problem? If y'all split up, let him go. Let him go. Heal. Let yourself heal and stop hurting your child. Because the more you come after that man, the more you busting your child in the head. The more you keep tearing your child down. Because your child you don't see that child in the room by themselves. You don't even see that child trying to figure out how they're going to get to their daddy without, they don't want to hurt you, but then it comes to a point, well, I don't care about my mother. My mother don't care about my father.
That.
You go, oh, these kids now different.
Oh yeah.
They think different. They like, I mean, the kids back in the day, you could have pulled that crap and it was terrible then, but it was more mother and father homes back then. But now we in the millennium, man, it's 70% of African American that ain't in their household. The men that's not in their household. You understand? And you wonder why things are not going so good. And then you let the school talk you into putting these kids on medication. Because they going through it. They don't need no medication. They need their daddy. That medication is their father. If you give the fathers back to them, if you allow them to open up to their dads, that's their medication. That's all they want. You will see a total change. I can promise you. I'm willing to bet my life on this, man. If they would open up and let these fathers be the fathers to their children and do the right thing, man, it'll change the whole situation around, man. But we need healing first. You know what I'm saying? They keep hollering money, money, money. I want money. You owe me, yo, you owe me child support. I done heard women say that out their mouth. You owe me child support. What? Man, I owe you a crack in your head. You know what I'm saying? Child support, man. You should want the best for your children. Money ain't just gonna help your child. What about the well-being of that child? What about spending time with that child?
Hey,
so what
Chap,
you know?
But see, Chap, this one thing that they not talking about. Now you done cracked this child open out 18 years. Now this child get grown, go to the world. He don't have no kind of sense of direction, no kind of skill set. He talking like a woman. Taught him all he wanted way and everything like that. So guess what? Guess he going straight to the big house. You know, is that because he don't know nothing. He didn't do nothing. You don't got the child protect his daddy and all his life and didn't even want to take with his daddy and nothing like that. So now he just a big for nothing kid. You know what I mean? Grown man. You know, don't have no kind of skills. You know, he don't know how to treat women. Don't know how to be a father because his father wasn't there. But guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna talk about him. What's wrong? Boy, you act like you woo. Boy, you man, but you're the one who didn't raise the child right. You the one who who made everything go the way and according to the way that you wanted it to go. So now that this child is in the way that he is or she is, you don't want to have nothing to do with the child.
Right. And you know, right. And you know, it's all it is. It's a unbalanced situation. It's not a balance there because the fathers, come on, man, the system bad enough. The system is tearing men down, man. Preferably the black man. The black, I can't speak for Caucasian men. They're getting it too. All race of men. But I mean, it's prevalent in our community, man. It's prevalent in the black community, man. We're looked at as no good fathers, man. We're looked at as deadbeat dads, man. You know how that stigma is? That stigma stinks. Because I'm telling you, with that stigma, you know what it is? I know men right now that can't get a license, bro. I know men right now can't even get can't even get a passport, man. You understand what I'm saying? Their credit is all messed up. So what is that? If your credit messed up, you can't get a passport, man, you can't get no license. Do you know how you operating in this world? You are busted. You are busted. And you can't get nothing. And so now you got to put things in people's names and all that, hoping that they don't get over on you. You feel me? But I'm telling you, man, this is what you can do. What you can do. If you are not seeing your children, if your baby's mother is not allowing you to see that your child, you can go down to the courthouse and petition visitation, joint custody, and they'll be residential with mom. Just make sure when you go down there that you have a place kids can come and chill, or you can spend time with them. Make sure you go correct because they cannot deny you. You cannot be denied. I'm telling you this.
This is what God is saying. He's saying help them understand that they can go and get visitation. Visitation rights has nothing to do with child support, because you got some men thinking that they can't see their kids because they owe child support. No. You can go down there. That's a separate court. Child support and family court is two different courts. So if you have to go that route, don't waste another day, man. Please don't. Go down there so your kid can stop suffering, wanting to see you, wanting to hug you, wanting to tell you their dreams. You understand? Wanting to tell you their desires in life, man. Don't miss out. Don't miss out on that because you and the woman is going at each other's back. Nah, don't do that. Stop listening to that rhetoric. Go down to the courthouse, and I'm telling you, if you want to DM me, if you want to DM Marketplace Ministry, you holler at us, we'll walk you through this thing. Don't be afraid of it. Listen, we'll walk you through it. I did it. I'm doing it now. I got joint custody. You understand? I got visitation rights. And I had these women, I'm telling you, I had these women still playing these little stupid games because I live in another state. You understand? So they when it comes time for my time to see the child, you know what they do? They tell me, oh, the child is going on, they going away with me. But they don't tell me that. They send the child to tell me. Oh, tell your daddy I'm going, tell your daddy, tell your daddy we're going to Disney World or we're going wherever. Oh, I got camp this summer. So the time is supposed to spend with me, oh, you done shot to the camp. So now I don't spend time with my children, but I'm still obligated to pay child support. Hey, oh, this is a cold game. But see, you ain't playing the game on me because what you doing, you messing that child up. You messing that child up. And the more you keep doing it, the more you keep adding foolishness to that child. Oh, that child is going to grow up pretty soon. Oh, yeah. That child is going to grow up. And the men are fighting, man. I'm telling you, I fought for 20 years, man, had to fight these women, man. I'm fighting, still fighting them, man. I ain't fighting them no more. There's no resistance no more because my kids come to me now. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I'm telling you, man. The more you fight, you're going to have to fight for your kids. I'm telling you. And the more you fight to see your kids, ain't nothing wrong with that because you're doing right. Guess what? And God is watching what you do. Dumb kids is going to come to you. Real talk. And it's sad that it has to happen like this. These women need to get their grip off of these kids, man. Because God is abomination. God didn't have you to lay down and have no children for you to keep them away from their father, their biological father. Who told you that? That's the devil in your ear. Oh, I ain't going to put it on the devil. That's just selfish, self-centered self doing that. You understand? You keeping the child away from their father. That's terrible, man. Because then you wonder why. Oh, what's up? Oh, they in gangs. Oh, my kid. You know, half these single mothers, man, they don't know what their kids is doing, man. They don't know what their kids is doing. So you can't sit there and tell me you successful. You ain't successful without the father. There will be no success without the daddy. I don't care what you think. I don't care. You can buy the kid Jordan. You can income tax come around. You buy the kids Jordans, Yeezys. You can buy them anything. I promise you, it ain't gonna be good without the fathers. Without the fathers, ain't nothing popping good. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. And that's what it is. And this is a raw conversation that needs to have. And I hope we touch everybody. I hope we touch all the big Hollywood produce whatever, because y'all going through it too. Paying that big child support and the woman fighting you with your child. Come on, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what Marketplace Ministry talking about. We ain't talking jibber jabber. We talking truth. Go ahead, my brother.
Chep, you know what? We really paving a way for the new way or the new day. Like most of the time, a lot of time people really try to, squeeze themselves into the box, whatever the box is, whether it be child support, whether it be whatever it is, that shaped up the way we think. And people don't understand, like, man, you could change the trajectory of what's going on. You don't just have to accept it. You know what I mean? You don't just have to no. I don't care if half the world accepting what's going on. It just takes one person to say, wait a minute, this is not right. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna fight, we change it, we fix it. This is wrong, and there's too many people suffering. And I'm not even talking about fathers, you know what I mean? I'm talking about children. I'm talking about children being abandoned, children are being used for puns, and it is not right.
Right.
You know what I mean? It is not right
Right.
because at the end of the day, you go up under the freeway. That's what most of these people out because they was used for puns growing up. You know what I mean? Like they
Right.
parents they really didn't care about them. When you got to a certain age, hey, your checks is cut off. We don't need you
Right.
no more. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now,
Right. Right. Right.
expecting you. You know, hey, you can't eat no food, none of that. You know what I mean? But
Right.
when it
Right.
was child support checks, I was the king, or I was woo woo woo, and now you can't drink no water when you get out. You know what I mean? Like you know
Right.
what I mean? Yeah. So like I say,
Right.
man, this is why Marketplace Ministries is speaking up on this topic because there has to be somebody, some way to speak up on this, to not just speak up on it, but change the trajectory of it because it is really not right. It's not right. Like it's not.
No. No.
You don't really know success stories of child support or the CPS. Matter of fact, it's
Nah. You.
horrible. You don't.
Right.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Foster
Right.
kids, all
Right.
the stuff. It is horrible, and I don't understand how nobody else really don't take a issue to it. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
people that work for the people, like nobody gonna say nothing. You know what I mean? Like people just gonna get screwed over,
Right.
and you're not gonna say nothing. Your kids growing
Right.
up, you
Right.
fighting and battling, you're not gonna say nothing. I just don't get it. I think God trusted us to make raise the white flag and say, hey man, this can't keep going on. You know what I mean? We have to speak up on it. I thank God for choosing us because we're gonna bring it home, man. We're gonna bring it home. We're gonna make this we're not gonna make it an issue. We're gonna raise this issue. We're not making it an issue. We're raising awareness to this issue. You know what I mean? Because the issue is already made. Like it's thousands of people, if not hundreds of thousands of people
Oh yeah.
suffering their
Listen.
own child support.
Oh yeah. No doubt. No doubt, man. Listen, I'm telling you, in all these churches that people sitting up in, man, it's full of that. They hallelujah on Sunday and Monday morning down in the courthouse, taking you to the court. You understand? Not even trying to see or have a conversation with the Father. You know what I mean? What kind of crap is that, man? You sit right next to the person in church, and then boom, Monday morning you down there going to child support or going to do something to the man. Man, it's got to be a better way. You understand? You can't. The bottom line, the hate is within yourself.
Right.
And you pushing that hate on somebody else, man. But what you not realizing is the hate is also bouncing on your children. Because if you hurt their father, you hurt them. Bottom line. Bottom line. If you want the truth, whoever's on here and you doing that mess, I hope you hear something that's going to cause you to change. Because the more problems you bring to that man is the more problems you bring in to that child. And the child is right. And I'm telling you, if you really had a real conversation with that child and asked them how they feel about their father, they'll tell you.
You probably want to
You can't put nothing. Nah, but most women know they better not go to that child because they know what they're gonna get from that child. They might tell him, I want to go live with my daddy. You understand? So I know what time it is, man. So we on here, man, Marketplace Ministry, we on here really trying to, yeah, that's right, hip hop world. You know what I'm saying? Somebody put up here, man, they was waiting for this, man. I know y'all was waiting for this because it's been a long time coming because this is something that we need to talk about. As you notice, everybody talking about the election. Yo, who you voting for? Man, and listen, whoever come to me, ask me who I'm voting for, man, don't come to me with that. Because at the end of the day, they ain't talking about real stuff like this. You understand what I'm saying? They ain't talking about no child support. That's the real problem in our community right now. Look at Joe Biden. Joe Biden using all these black things that's going on in our communities, but he ain't there one time to talk about, we need to change the criminal justice system or the judicial system about this child support stuff. There ain't nobody talking about that. You understand what I'm saying? Because for the most fact, man, that's the problem in our society, man. Most of these men can't even get no good jobs. Most of these men are in debt. Most of these men owe the system. And they got their neck, they foot and they knee on their neck, man.
I mean, they ain't got no driver's license. You take somebody's driver's license, man, that's slavery, man. That's modern day slavery. That's all they doing. They just, you know, because the new term for slavery now is criminal anyway. Long as they can get you in that system and lock you up, say, yo, you're going to do 6 months for child support because back child support. And I live in North Carolina, a slave state. And I'm going to put it out there. It's a slave state where if you $30 behind, man, the sheriff's just knocking on your door, man. Knocking on your door for $30. Are you kidding me? And we'll arrest you for $30. And the women have say so. But the women won't say nothing. They'll let you get locked up because, yo, you where my $30 at? What? What? Because see, the thing, this is here's a cold piece about this. You reap what you sow. What you do good, you get good. When you do wrong, oh, you keep messing around, oh, it's not going to be pretty for you down the line. And I hate to say this, but it's the God honest truth. And your kids ain't going to be able to help you out of that because you built the case against yourself. These men don't deserve, a lot of these men don't deserve this, man. Yeah, I'm one of them. I went through hell with women, man. And I listen, man, my mother used to get on me, man. She was like, you know what? I don't know what, you love them children, man, because bad as them women treat you. And I used to tell my mom, like, well, you know what? Those are my children. What do you mean? Those are my children. So, men, I want to encourage you and I want to empower you through Marketplace Ministry. Man, go hard for your kids, man. Don't let nothing stop you from helping your children because they are our future. If we're going to have a future, they are them. And if we allow them the system, because the system don't care nothing about them, the system will tell them, yo, oh, they acting out. You know what the system will do? They won't say, well, why don't you put their fathers in their life? Why don't you see it the father? No, they're going to say, give them some medicine.
Give them some medicine.
Right. Put them on medicine. They got ADHD.
And now guess what? We'll pay you for it. We'll give you a check.
Right. And, hold up. And after we put you on medicine, we're going to give you a check.
Yeah, we're going to give you a check.
So they can keep, come on, man. That's the breakdown right there, women. That's the breakdown. And if y'all don't see that, man, come on. We telling y'all that now. Nobody got on social media. So I thank God for this ministry, man, because God is saying rip. Let it rip. And I got your back. Don't worry about nothing because these men and the whole family needs healing, including the women. Right. I know, woman, you mad, but get off of that. Get off of that, man. It ain't about money. Come on, it's about family. It's about productiveness. Y'all ain't giving a man no chance. And then the system is added on to y'all's foolery. And the men is, come on, the men, I know some men that's sick right now, man. I know, listen, man, listen, bro, I'm going to just tell my testimony. I was working too, they was taking my whole income tax check, okay? I mean, they didn't give me a dime. I mean, nothing. I had to go get another job. I was working 2 jobs. I was working like almost 95 hours a week, bro, just to survive because I know they was taking my checks because I got backed up in the rears. I got sick. But at the end of the day, boom, they let it pile up. And then when they came at my neck, I wound up catching pneumonia. Man, don't you know this woman took me to court and tried to sue me while I had a trach in my throat from having pneumonia? I couldn't work nowhere. This woman, all she wanted was money. Money. If money gonna make you do that, man, the word of God says money, for the love of money is the root of all evil. If y'all having money like that, man, come on. Come on, man. It's gonna bust you down. But guess what? God kept me here. He kept me here. I'm still here. I'm able to deal with my children. I'm able to have build a better relationship with my kids. That's all these men want. We want relationships with our children, man. We ain't no deadbeat dads. You keep making us look like we the enemy. You know, the devil putting in your ear, yeah, dog him.
You know what,
guess what?
I believe it's more of them switching on us, man. I believe like it's like 2 against 1. Like it's like, we was on your side, but now since we ain't with you, we gonna go on the other side, and now we against you. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean by that? We gonna go to the system, and now me and the system gonna team up. Yeah, you think you this? Yeah, I finna go to the system. Yeah, we gonna team up against you. We gonna bring
Right,
you down, you big black man. Yeah, you big black man. I'm finna go get.
right, right,
That's how it is. You know, they switch up on you and not even understanding that you really don't be in worse situation because these people ain't finna die for you like I will. You know what I mean? They not finna
right,
do. You know, they not finna do you like I would have done. You know what I mean? So, you know, you
right,
gonna be in everything anyway. You ain't playing. The cycle is God teaches the man teaches a woman teach a child. You can't. It is no kind of system in that. You can't go to the system.
No.
It's God, man, woman, and child. It's no God system.
right,
No, that's not how it works. You have to
Right.
follow. You have to, just like me. I have to commit myself unto God. You know what I mean? I have to. Like, I can't say I'm
Right.
team up with. Oh, no, God, you trying to make me be? You doing this? You doing that? Oh, you trying to make me be? Oh, you don't want me to do this? You don't want me to do this? Well, I'm gonna go. Man, you can't do that. You have
Right.
to follow the law of the land, like God, man, woman, and child. That's just what it is.
Right, right, and when we come to that solution and that understanding, man, then we can do better because it's about the family unit, man, and the black families broke down. I don't care what nobody say. If you look at society right now, man, we in last place.
Oh, yeah.
Our race of people are in last place, but I do understand. I thank God for loving us. He says the last will be first and the first will be last. You understand? But we got to do better, people. We in last right now. 70% of us is out of the household, man. Come on. We going to prison. We in them streets. So we played a part in that too. So we can't lose that focus neither. We can't lose that. We got to start doing better, man. We can't, because at the end of the day, I wouldn't send my kid with some of these men neither. Because the kid might be in foster care. CPS might be on him. You understand? So I'm gonna be real on that note too. I wouldn't send someone, and so I get that part. But I'm talking about the men that's doing what they are supposed to do and want to provide for these children by bringing welfare and well-being. I ain't talking about them ones that's out there, you know, with drugs in their house, in their car, they doing it around them kids, messing with all kind of women. I wouldn't send my child with that man neither.
But you know
I
what?
wouldn't send my child.
They're the ones that get rights to their kids. You know, they're the ones
Right.
that get to go. You
Right.
know, that you out there messing up. They ain't trying to stop you. You ain't doing
Right.
it. Man,
right.
take
All right.
these kids, man. But you trying to do something. Oh man, boy, they gonna
So
handle you.
yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, so you know, like I said, man, this conversation, man, is so real, man, to whereas, you know, and we're gonna drive the nail to this thing, man, because we're gonna talk about this thing till the wheel fall off, man. Because at the end of the day, God, this is what God is saying. This is what's gonna open up the family unit. This is how we're gonna get back the family. Because we need these women to understand, just as well as the men do the right thing, man. Do the right thing by them children, man. And you ain't gotta impress the woman. You do for the child, you will do for the woman. That's doing for the woman when you're doing for the child. You taking excess weight off of them. You understand? Like what I do, I'm just give you a little something, man. You know, and you can look at it as being suckerish or not. No, I'm looking out for my children. You understand? Like I know my children, they live with their mother. You understand? So boom, even paying child support. I know that money ain't all that. So at the end of the day, when my children got little activities and stuff like that, boom, they call me, I tell them, let me holler at me, let me know when you got a trip or when you need some extra dough, when you want to go to the movies, and I cash app you some money. You understand? We need to start stepping up and doing stuff like that, man, because that little child support money, I get it. That money ain't really, if you ain't making crazy money like that, they only can take a certain percentage out of your check anyway. You feel what I'm saying? If you ain't on the books, they can't get nothing from you. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, that's going towards that child. And I can't honestly say the women of my children, you know what I'm saying? They do take care of the children, man. They take care of their welfare. I can say that. But their well-being, they messing them up because the children really don't know how to tap into me because they've been trained not to, because they let another man come into the picture. Now they trying to have that man be their father. No, 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 no. That's your man. That ain't their father. That's your man. That can be your man. But what you need not to do, as long as they got fathers, let that father continue to be that father in their life. Now, if the man helps you out with those kids, that's a plus. But you can't shift the kid onto the man and say, no, call him daddy. No, no, these kids ain't twisted. And these kids are calling other people daddies. You understand? And most of these kids are playing these men. They calling you daddy because they want money from you.
Oh, yeah.
They ain't calling you daddy. Cause then some of them are taking care of these kids, which I don't knock because you're not there. But don't get it twisted. Teach them that real father. And these kids, some kids ain't gonna let you steer them wrong. You understand? Everybody, all kids ain't that strong. And the ones that's not that strong, you manipulating them. You know what I'm saying? Well, call this person your daddy. That's your father. Your father ain't here. What? See, it's a misconception. And we have to stop this foolery, man, because God is not pleased with it. He's not pleased at all. And you see the fruit of it. Most of these kids that's out here in them streets wilding out, you ask them where they father at. They'll tell you, I don't know where that no good, because they angry.
Or he probably be in
They
jail
angry.
or something like this.
Right. Right. Or they angry. So I get that part, but this is to the women. Women, stop it, man. Stop it. Because you talking about the police get your knee off the neck of George Floyd. No, get your knee off the neck of the baby's fathers. Because you killing them too slowly. You understand? You got them going to court. You got the court coming at them so hard, man. How you expect for them to take care of your child when they in court 20 times out of the year?
Right.
Because you done went and filed a petition on him, trying to get more money. Come on, man. Or trying to hurt him because he done moved on, and the woman that you think he got is you think he picking at you. You need to be picked at. You understand? But you gotta have some humor in this because it's sad, man.
Oh,
This is some sad crap right here. This is crap. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. This ain't nothing to be played with, man. You know, I mean, we got to understand. We got to understand that this is real talk right here, man. This is what Marketplace Ministries bringing to the forefront. Real talk, real conversation. We open up. We have real topics. I would love to get on to Steve Harvey, or I don't even know if he got a show now. I think they took that show, but somebody like Oprah or Ellen DeGeneres, somebody gonna hear us. But you know, right now we sounding off on Instagram right now, letting people know that, yo, this is a real situation in our community, man, and we trying to combat it. We're trying to figure out how we can combat this thing by having dialogue with one another and talking about this thing. And like I said, people, DM us, hit us back, let us know that y'all want to talk about this thing. You know, post some stuff, man. Follow us. Stop playing with this thing. Blow our page up. Let people know that Marketplace Ministry is here to stay. You know what I'm saying? Marketplace Ministry is opening up conversation that needs to be opened up. This is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We're not playing with this, man. This is real talk right here. You know, and if we throw a rock in a pack of dogs, and the dog that holler is the one we hit. So if we hit a nerve, just continue to do right. And you'll stop getting those nerves hit. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to hit a nerve on here. If you ain't doing the right thing, even if you are, you know somebody that's living like this, pull them up. Pull them up. If that's the girlfriend you talking about, say, listen, sweetheart, listen, let me talk to you for a minute. Yo, when the last time his father seen him? Why don't you let that baby go see their father? You know what I'm saying? Why don't you let that baby spend time with their daddy? You know what I'm saying? Your daddy ain't no bad guy. He want to see his child. You know what I'm saying? And I promise you, them grades might come up. You understand? I'm telling you, the kids suffering in school. You know?
And like my daughter, man, like, you know, I got a 4-year-old daughter, man. You know, I don't really get a chance to see too often. You know what I mean? But when I do see her, like, on FaceTime, man, like, you know, man, her face is light up, you know. And I can tell,
Right.
like, she don't want to, like, show her mama or whatever, you know, because the last time I seen her, well, not the last time, like, you know, mommy don't like you or whatever. And I read in between the lines, like, I know, like, if you could say your mama don't like me, like, I know that's not the only thing that you know. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's certain things that you can't do because your mama might have said don't do it. You know what I mean? So, but with
Right.
that being said, man, you know, we really heavy on action. You know what I mean? Like, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting to a point to where now, like I say, you know, and by through this dialogue, it's really like giving me the mental, like, hey man, like, you know, whatever come away, like whatever come our way, I'm not gonna just say my way. I'm speaking it in the men as whole, like whatever coming our way, from stopping us from raising our kids, got to be removed. You know what I mean? I'm talking about across the board. You know what I mean? Like, we can't
Right.
continue to let our kids, you know, get out here, get molested, get raped, you know,
Right. Right, man.
can't continue to
Right.
keep letting this go on, you know what I mean? And because of, you know, the system done teamed up with our women, now they both against us,
Right.
you know what I mean? Now they both against us, but we get the blame.
Right.
You know,
Right.
both of y'all against us. Now they can go to you, you can go to them, y'all can talk to each other, do whatever, have lawyers and everything. But we get all the blame. We gotta pay. We get the blame, and
Right.
we hurt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We
Right.
hurt to see the kids. We get the blame because we didn't see the kids, and we gotta pay because
Right.
we had to make it. Come on, man.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
What we get a break?
Right. Right.
Then you got a situation like Dr. Dre and his wife. She's talking on $2 million a month. Come on, man. What she gonna do with $2 million a month?
Man, that kid ain't getting it.
Come on.
That kid, listen, man. Man, listen, man. This thing is so out of whack, man. You know what, man? I gotta close my eyes right quick, man. Cool, man.
Yeah.
Yo, this thing's so cold and crazy, man. Because at the end of the day, man, God is not pleased, man. I'm telling you, he's not pleased. That's why he's allowing these things to happen, man. And it's gonna keep happening because the family unit is out of order. The family unit is out of order. And then you got the same sex raising these kids. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Some of these men know what I'm talking about. You messing around. You know, I'm just talking about how the kids is dealing with stuff, man. They're being made to deal with this stuff, man. And then the father, he ain't got no say so. The father better not say nothing. You understand? That's how I'm setting it up. If you say something, who are you? Dad, you a deadbeat dad. I'm telling you, I went to court. I ain't never seen this white woman in my life in court, man. First time I go to court, this woman called me a deadbeat dad. I said, hold up, ma'am. I said, ma'am, if you don't get the bleep out my face, man. I said, you ain't never seen me a day in your life. How you gonna call me a deadbeat dad? Because the mama put that on paper in front of them people. Told him that I wasn't worth nothing. I ain't about jack, doodle. And this white woman had the audacity to come to me, bold now, in court. Oh, well, Mr. James, you know, you're a deadbeat dad. I said, what? Thing hurt me, man. It hurt me for a woman that I laid down with. She laid down with me. So if I'm a deadbeat dad, what are you?
Yeah. You had the
What
baby.
are you?
You know what I mean? Yeah,
Right?
you had the baby. You went the
I'm a
whole
deadbeat
time.
dad. What are you? Is what I'm saying. Just like I hear men disrespecting women, calling them bees, calling them hoes. What are you, man? You laid with that woman before. What are you? You can't call that woman nothing because you that thing that you calling her. So I'm saying this foolishness that we back and forth crap, the kids are getting bust open because we are children ourselves. How a child gonna raise a child? It can't happen, man. it's not gonna be good. We got grown children in grown people's bodies, but acting like children. The word of God says, when I was a child, I spoke as a child. But when I grew up, I had to put childish things away. When are we going to do this, men and women? When are we going to do this, mother and father? When are we going to do this, parents? We need to become parent partners. This is what this segment about, becoming parent partners. How do we do that? How do we get to that? First of all, you need to ask God to heal your heart because you're hurt. And hurt people hurt people. You're hurting right now. Just be real with it. You ain't angry. You ain't mad. You hurt. Somebody hurt you. You allowed yourself to get hurt. So now what you really don't understand, you hurting the children. The children are hurt, man. Why don't you go peek in on your kids sometime in their room and see them crying probably sometime, wanting to see their daddy because you keeping them away from their father. You understand? Come on, I've had women on the phone. I'm talking to my babies on the phone, and when I say a certain thing, they right there, give me the phone. They hang up the phone on me because they didn't like what I said to my child. What kind of crazy crap? Kind of crazy.
But yeah, you know what?
And then
it's very imperative that we keep on chunking away at this because, you know, we can't, like I say, we just keep on allowing kids to grow up and get cracked open like that. Like, you know, hey, women, we love you. You know what I mean? We love you, but you can't just keep destroying, you know, what we creating like that. Like we just, like I done seen it, man. My mama didn't let us play sports or nothing. You know what I mean? Like my dad, like, hey, let them boy play football. You know, but no, I don't want my baby play. You want them, you get out to it. Like, man, you know, it's just like, you know, you never really know what she done, you know, miss. You know what opportunity we miss. You know what I mean? But you know that just happens.
right.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, we just dealing with that in the city. You know what I mean? That's something we have to change.
Well, I'm gonna say this, man. And you want to switch? What do you want to do? You want to keep going? You want to switch to your page or what?
Yo, we can switch.
But check it out. Before we switch, let me say this though.
Okay.
One thing I'm gonna learn about God, He put us on this mission because God is allowing us to warn people, man. That's what's happening right now. So don't take this thing lightly. Now we about to shift into something else. God is warning people, man, because He's tired. He says, if you harm the very hairs of my children, man, the wrath is on you. And you think Satan's wrath is crazy, has nothing against the Creator. And I'm telling you, all this fighting over these kids, all this rhetoric over these children, man, you don't know. You better stop. You better stop, man. Because it will be a cry that you ain't never cried in your life. You understand? Because we arguing over these kids. God is the author and the finisher of this. Man, don't get it twisted. God don't want us fighting, feuding over these children, man. He don't want that, and that's what we doing. We've been doing it for years now. It has to stop. He's saying if it don't stop, well, is God gonna do what He gonna do? He's just allowing us to come on here and warn people, let them know to get it right.
We the messengers. Right. That's it.
So, that's all we are. We messengers bringing the message. And if either you accept it or reject it, either one, we have no say-so in it. And so the bottom line is, all we're going to do is be obedient and continue to put this message out here and hope it change atmosphere. But if it don't, I'm telling you, God is coming to you, man, because He's tired of this foolishness, man, because the men are being done dirty. And then don't get it twisted. We were made in God's image and His likeness, Genesis 1:26. Don't get it twisted. He loves us too. He loves us just like He loved y'all. He loved the men too. He loved the men. So if y'all are doing wrong and y'all think y'all gonna keep doing people wrong, well, I'm telling you, guard your grill. Guard your grill, man, because it's coming down the pipeline. So we going to Marketplace Ministry. We're going to switch over to my co-partner's page, and we're going to keep this thing moving because this thing is hot. It's hot right now, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep it going, man. We got the platform, so we might as well utilize it. You know what I mean? So we're going to switch over to your page. Follow us on Keith Henry's page, you know, and so that way we can keep it going. You were LOL. All right. Hey.